Hi, this is A Note to Future Me. I'm Brett Johnson, your host and the owner of Circle270 Media Podcast Consultants. Well, September, I am celebrating 5 years in business as a podcast consultant after over 30 years in broadcast media. And I wanted to take a moment in time to at least mark for me when I am 5 years more into the business to kind of go back and watch this video, listen to this podcast and see where I was at that point in time. So I wanted to come up with some points of what I learned during these 5 years. And it wasn't difficult really to figure out some areas that I did learn. Some are really obvious, others I had to think about just a little bit. But I also wanted to make sure that not a lot of it was laced with COVID. And my first thought about what I learned was really trust your gut instincts on when to start the business. And at that time, I was working at a broadcast media station and doing consulting on the side. And it started to creep into my business day. I knew then it was time. It was not fair to my employer at that point in time. It also wasn't fair to my clients that I was working with on the side outside of business hours because I would have to delegate them outside of a normal business day. So that was a turning point for me. I knew I had to go at that point in time. Secondly, surround yourself with trusted people to hold you accountable. When I made that choice, or actually before I made that choice fully out loud to a lot of people, I had a core of people that I was telling and confiding in that I was going to do this. And those people I chose, I knew they would keep me accountable. They would, every time I talked to them, would ask, "How is it going? How is the new business going? Where are you now with the podcast consultancy? How's that working with the broadcast media station that you are with?" And they helped me get there between people kicking me in the butt saying, "It's time, go. There's no better time than now," to offering advice and keeping me focused on what I really wanted to do and convince me it was time to go. When the business started, be open to any opportunities. All opportunities are going to be valid. Take the time to meet with people, whether virtually or in face to face. Hopefully, we get there much more sooner than we realize, because opportunities lead to other opportunities. Whether that opportunity is something you'll take advantage of, but you met with a key person, key organization, and now they know you and they can refer you to other opportunities, whether it happened or not, or you can help them with that opportunity. Maybe you can't help them with, but you refer them to other people that they know. Being your own business owner, you now are not on the clock per se. You can start at noon and end at midnight if you love 12-hour days. That's where you need to protect your time. Carve out the best part of the day that you're most efficient. And it could be 3 hours here, 3 hours there, 3 hours here. Again, you don't have to put in an 8 hour day. That's why when you work for yourself, you have the ability to carve out 4 hours a day if that's what it takes to get done what you want to get done. The rest of it is yours and not feel guilty about it. Put in the time is the other side of it, though. You need to really focus on being prepared to make that switch, to become that business owner, to become what you want to be. And prior to me making the jump full time into this, I did a lot of what I called night school, really learning a lot of stuff, YouTube videos, listening to a lot of podcasts to learn as much as I could, to absorb as much as I could prior to making the change. Coupled with people telling me that I knew more than I really thought I knew. And they were correct. And I think that's true of everyone making that switch. You there's a reason why you're leaving. And there's a reason why you want to do this, something new, own a business or whatever. Don't ever doubt that you know what you know and keep going with it. And always have a plan B. Always have a plan B. Something is not going to work properly, and I will now go back to, COVID examples that at that time during COVID, podcasting had issues in regards to doing, podcasts, recording podcasts within studios. You just couldn't do it for a short amount of time, and all of a sudden, the technology of Zoom and any other, virtual meeting apps were just exploding. And we probably saw an increase in technology sophistication probably 3 to 5 years within a year's time. That's plan B for that. There are lots of other plan Bs that you need to have, but always have a backup plan. And that also gives you the opportunity to never say no to projects that you can do this, and this because you have other people around you that if you can't handle the whole thing, but still want to help with the project or the business, you have a plan B that you can bring other people in. What I wish I had done earlier was hire a business coach. That is one thing I do wish I could have done. It was probably given to me as advice to do so, but just didn't pay any attention to it. I do have a mentor, but I think mentors and a business coach are two different things, and they are both valid. You need to have both. A mentor is going to help you figure out what you did do right, what you did do wrong, look at it in the long run in a different scope than a business coach will. A business coach can also be a mentor, but business coaches really take a look at the business per se and help you figure out these little pieces of what can you expand and actually make more money on, or to take off your plate and hire more people to do, versus a mentor with a bigger picture of your business. It's been a great 5 years. I am so looking forward to the next 5 years. I've never had as much fun as I've had in the past 5 years as I did maybe when I first started in radio over 30 years ago. So glad I made the jump, and I have a lot of people that I do need to thank, and I hope those that have come with me on this journey are watching this video. I'm gonna send them a link, but thank you for helping me get to 5 years and make my life much better than it was. And I love doing what I'm doing. And if you're looking into podcasting for your business, get onto my calendar. MyPodcastGuy.com gets you right to the calendar, and let's set up a time to talk. I would love to talk to you about podcasting and talk to you about how I got to 5 years. If you want to to talk a little bit more about that too, I'm open to it. Always open to a great conversation about marketing and using podcasting as a marketing tool for your business.